What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and I needed to make this video. I needed to. You could say I'm grasping for straws. You could say I'm making something big out of something little. All those things I would say are very right, and for once, I'm not going to stop you. So if you want to leave the dislike, if you want to say this was pointless because it's just a Funko Pop, go right ahead. But something happens on Sly, I need to make a big deal out of it. And honestly, I think everybody needs to make a big deal out of it, because how do you get future games for Sly Cooper? How do you get anything for Sly Cooper, if not to support them, I guess, financially through what they actually do give us, right? That's kind of the basic thing with everything I always talk about when it comes to Sly is you give us a remaster, we're forced to buy it. Do we necessarily want a remaster? No, I'd prefer a remake. I'd actually prefer just Sly 5, okay? But you got to give them the money for what they actually give us so they can be, so we can actually get future things. Now, this isn't even necessarily, I'll mention that again as the video goes on, but this isn't necessarily about that. Basically, small, but is it big thing? So that GameStop is having two exclusive Funko Pops for Sir Daniel from Medieval and Sly Cooper, okay, from PlayStation and from the Sly Cooper franchise. And I believe they come out June 11th. They're exclusive to GameStop. I think they're like $12, $13. You can bet your bottom dollar I will be getting Sly for sure. But, and again, this is where you say, Alex, you're grasping for straws. Why? Why now for a Funko Pop for Sly Cooper? Now, I'm going to cut myself off just for 2 seconds. I have a lot to say, but I want to make sure you guys are aware of all the promotional stuff that I do. Make sure you guys are subscribed if you haven't already. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on. Obviously, if there is any concrete evidence of a Sly Cooper game, I will for sure be covering it. If you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, PodcastNow15 is my Twitter handle. Links in the description below. If you want to buy the Sly Funko Pop, I retweeted it, so you can maybe look through my tweets and find it there. Support it in that way. And again, we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so I'm not stupid. I would say, you could call me naive and all that stuff. I truly don't think I am. Long gone are the days where there was like a small little breadcrumb and I was like, oh, well, because you gave me a breadcrumb, obviously I can find the entire loaf of bread from that, okay, and let me do that for you. I'm not trying to do that in this video. It's more for fun. It's more for those grasping at straw kind of things. But because you could argue, well, Alex, there isn't a Sly Cooper Funko. There isn't a Sir Daniel Funko. At least I don't. I know for a fact there's not a Sly one. I don't know for a fact that there isn't a Sir Daniel one, but I'm pretty sure there isn't, for that either. But so let's just say neither exists. So you could say, well, they're PlayStation icons. There is, I know there's an Ellie one, like The Last of Us is represented. I know there was Nathan Drake ones. I really missed the mark there. I should have got the Nathan Drake one when Uncharted 4 came out. Those things are like $100 now, when obviously they weren't even close back then. There's Jin from Ghost of Tsushima. So there's all that stuff, okay? I assume there's a Crash one. I honestly don't even know. I've never really looked it up, even though I absolutely love Crash Bandicoot. But I assume there's a Crash one. So you could say, oh, well, they're literally just trying to add them. And let me tell you, if you did like a cat from Gravity Rush or, stuff like that, that would be phenomenal. And I don't actually even know which games have Funko. I actually collect Funkos, but most of them are like actually non-gaming ones, if you can believe that, even though I primarily am like a gaming person. But I'm probably going to get into the gaming collection business. But all that stuff aside, I know I ramble. I know I get off topic. That's just kind of, I'm not going to apologize for it because that's just kind of who I am, but I will apologize, and I'm sorry. Why now, though? Why now? Why would you include these two, or why would you make it right now? Am I suggesting that we are finally going to get like Sly 5 at Sony's thing? No. But look, as I keep going back to, I gotta believe one day they will bring it back in terms of a remaster/remake. Okay, I really gotta believe that, because I get Sony. A good thing with Sony is they have a lot of different franchises that are very different from each other. I know recently a lot of games are open world, even though they've done Days Gone, Horizon. Games have kind of expanded. But some of their games are a little similar, but most games are very, very different from each other. And honestly, that's kind of the beauty of PlayStation, right? That's what brought people in. That's what brings, I would say, almost anybody that's like a long-term PlayStation person, that's what brings them in, is that you can play this kind of game, but then you can play a wildly different kind of game. Both are insanely high quality. Both are special. One may not be for everybody, but maybe you can find one that is, you know what I mean? Or not, not every game is meant for every person, right? That's kind of how it is. And I understand leaving those behind, because you can't just, if you got to keep it going. You know what I mean? So like, you don't get The Last of Us by just repeating all the stuff that you keep doing. I get doing different stuff, and that's what, breeds still all of these different kinds of games. But I mean, you look at all the games they've forgotten about / left behind. And we've talked about this numerous times. And yeah, I am repeating what I've said in the past. But again, I really think it's important to bang the drum, because truly, and this is why the Funko Pop, like, stupidly enough, maybe is important. Right now, the only thing you can do to bang up interest on Sly specifically, is to talk about it. There's no other way, okay? Do they care that you're buying the remaster for the PS3, okay? Or I think that was the PS3, right? No. I mean, at this point, that doesn't matter anymore. Do they care that you're still buying Thieves in Time, which I don't think anybody's doing anyway? No, because it's a game that's like 7-8 years old, right? I don't even actually remember when it came out, but I remember buying it day one. But, those things don't matter. Right now, the only thing you can do is talk about the game. Hashtags, videos. I'm one of the only people to talk about, I'm proud to be, by the way, I'm one of the only people to talk about Sly Cooper on literally the internet, on YouTube. I'm proud of that, but that needs to change, I think, or that needs to at least be more supported, right? You need more views, not in like a malicious way, like I need more views, I need more subs, but like, the more people, the merrier for things like this. So that's where we're at now. The thing with the Funko Pop is like, again, stupidly enough, and it could be absolutely nothing. If it sells top 5 Funko Pops that ever existed, does that mean we get a new Sly Cooper? No. And again, that's where the dislikes could come in and say it literally means nothing. If you buy the Funko Pops, you're giving them money, sure. And it's not even Sony. I don't even know how the deals work with the brands. Like, I'm sure Sony gets something, but I like, if you guys know how Funko Pops work in terms of their marketing, you guys will have to let me know. But I assume there has to be a deal made with the license. They get some sort of cut, and then Funko, I don't even know what the actual property is, right? They get the rest of it. Okay, this is just how I assume it works. So it's not like if you buy the Funko Pop, those $13 goes into Sony directly into Sony's pocket, and they're like, oh, people like Sly. I just don't think it works that way. But same thing with like a Days Gone situation with like PC, Days Gone on PC, right? Does it enforce the message of we like the game, we want Days Gone 2, or does it enforce the message of we want more PlayStation games on PC? I think it does both. I think Sony probably looks at the PC, like gaming on PC, more than specifically on Days Gone for Days Gone 2, but I don't think it hurts. That's kind of the best way of saying it. Buying the Funko Pop, supporting this Funko Pop cannot hurt Sly Cooper. You know what I mean? It can only help. Canceled TV show. Basically, there being bonus episodes of Sly 4 that were finished, or at least some of them, well, one of them was finished, some of them were thought of, that was just kind of canned, right? Like, these things exist and they're dead. And as of right now, like, the only way you can send a message is talking about it, and I guess supporting the pop for Sly Cooper. Because besides that, again, that's why I say, if they ever do a remaster, you may not like it. You may want a remake. You may want a new Sly game. Trust me, I do too. But we need to buy the living heck out of the remaster. You know what I mean? It's just if you want more Sly, sadly, that's literally what you have to do. There's no other, in my opinion, there's no other choice. It's probably not the right choice, but it's the only choice that you got. You know what I mean? So, yes, I'm repeating myself. We're grasping at straws here. It could be very much not a big deal, but and also, Sony has spoken, like, they have talked about how, the idea that they're like only banking on the biggest franchises, that's not true. Although it may seem like it, it's not true. And in a weird way, like, they do a lot of things that make me believe they're lying, but they also do a lot of things that make me believe they're telling the truth. You know what I mean? Yeah, the whole Days Gone thing for like a Last of Us remake when the game is only like 10, it's such a stupid idea, okay? While I hate that, and that does reinforce the idea that they only bank on profitable big things, they also do actually have, like, Returnal. Like, that is a huge risk in terms of what they did there. Destruction All-Stars, like, that's a side kind of thing. They do allowing Ratchet and Clank to continue on, right? They do actually do risks. They do have games bigger, or they do have games outside of just the biggest games out there. So maybe that's, again, like me being too naive, right? Me kind of just believing what they want me to believe. But they do show signs sometimes that is true. So maybe there is a possibility that Sly comes back. I don't know. like, I follow when Funko's announce new things, and that's another thing too. Like, the easiest way of me spinning it would be, okay, well, like for WandaVision, they had WandaVision pops. For, Falcon and Winter Soldier, they had those pops. For, the Shang-Chi ones, they're up for pre-order. Fast and Furious, F9, those are up for pre-order. Like, you line up pops with the game. Now, Medieval had its remake, I believe, back in, was it 2019? I think it was fall of 2019, right? So odd to do a Funko Pop 2 years later, but maybe that remake did really well, and they're gonna make a new Medieval game. And maybe, you know what I mean? And maybe they haven't said that out loud yet. So maybe that's why you do Sir Daniel. That's just another odd thing, right? Sir Daniel, does it help the Sly argument? Why is he there? It's 2 years after a game that was a remake. And also, by the way, that just infuriates me that Medieval gets a remake before Sly Cooper. I mean, it's a good game, and I love the franchise, and I love Sir Daniel and all that stuff, but I just, over Sly, come on. But maybe that helps the argument, because why in God's name would you have him? Unless you're maybe making a second game and it's kind of lining up. But yet again, it's a GameStop exclusive, I believe. It comes out literally next week. I think it comes out June 11th. So, like, why? Why is it now? Sony's not even doing something right now. So maybe Sony has a June or July event where they announce a new Medieval game and they announce like a Sly remaster. I mean, again, I love it. I'm not like getting too crazy. I personally, you guys could say like I'm getting crazy and all that stuff. I'm not expecting an announcement tomorrow, stuff like that. I hope every day when I wake up that's the day that we get a new Sly Cooper game. But, at this point, it's like when it happens or if it happens, it'll be one of the best days of my life. And then, up until then, it's the same as it's been for the past like 7-8 years, just waiting. Okay. So let me know, guys, in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think it means anything? Do you think it means nothing? Let me know. Again, try to keep it easy on me. Hopefully you guys watch the video and you understand where I'm coming from. It's just love. It's literally love and support for Sly Cooper. That's it. So make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, leave a like. Definitely would help the video out quite a bit. If you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, podcastnow15 is my Twitter handle. Links in the description below as always, or you can just follow me over on Twitter, going on Twitter yourself. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope to see you all on the next video.